Welcome to episode 35 of Italian Grammar Made Easy. In this episode, we are talking about sì impersonale or impersonal sì in English. In Italian, we have a small word, sì, that helps us create impersonal sentences. But I know what you are thinking here. Margherita, what are impersonal sentences? What does that mean? Impersonal sentences are sentences, where the subject is generic, unspecified. We are going to learn more here today. Iniziamo! Ciao, sono Margherita. As we have said, we are talking about sì impersonale or the impersonal form, impersonal sì in English. The way that this construction is made in English is by using the word people. For example, if we say, in summer people go to the beach, the subject is generic, unspecified. It is people. In Italian, we can translate this sentence using the sì impersonale construction, and that is done by using the particle sì and then a verb conjugated in the third person singular. So the English version, in summer people go to the beach, in Italian is in estate si va in spiaggia. So again, this construction in Italian is made of two pieces, si and then the verb si va. Remember that with the si impersonale, the verb is always conjugated in the third person singular. For example, andare, when we conjugate this verb, we get vado, vai, va. Va is the third person singular, and that is the verb form that we need to use the si impersonale. In estate si va in spiaggia. In summer people go to the beach. The good news is that this rule is valid for all verbs in any tense. You can virtually take any Italian verb and create an impersonal statement simply by adding the pronoun si and then conjugating the verb in the third person singular. You can do that in the present, past, future. The one important rule that we need to remember is that we cannot use the impersonal si with sentences that use a direct object. So if we have a direct object in our sentence, we are not using the impersonal construction, but we are using another construction in Italian called si passivante. In English, passive si. This is a different construction. It uses a direct object and the verb can be conjugated in the third person singular and the third person plural. Let's see some more examples. Si mangia presto a Milano. Si mangia presto a Milano. We have the particle si followed by the verb mangiare in the third person singular and no direct object. Si mangia presto a Milano. People or they eat early in Milan. We can also say in passato si leggeva di più. In passato si leggeva di più. In the past, people read more. A Natale si mangia insieme. A Natale si mangia insieme. At Christmas, people eat together. In inverno si va a sciare. In inverno si va a sciare. In winter, people go skiing. So the way that we translate this construction in English is mostly by using the word people, and that is a generic, unspecified subject. Remember that a common expression with the impersonal construction is si dice che. Si dice che translates to it is said that. For example, si dice che Paolo sia molto ricco. Si dice che Paolo sia molto ricco. It is said that Paolo is very rich. Or we can say people say that Paolo is very rich. Now, if we have a reflexive verb which already has the particle si, for example, svegliarsi, alzarsi, vestirsi, instead of having one si after another, we change the first si to ci. For example, let's take the verb svegliarsi, to wake up. If we want to say that people wake up late on Sunday, the translation in Italian would be si sveglia tardi la domenica. Si sveglia tardi la domenica. To avoid the repetition si, we change the first si to ci. So instead of si sveglia tardi la domenica, we get ci si sveglia tardi la domenica. Ci si. The first si becomes ci. Ci si sveglia tardi la domenica. People wake up late on Sundays. Another example. Ci si lava ogni mattina. People wash themselves every morning. Benissimo. Today we learned the impersonal construction in Italian. It is simply made by using the particle si plus a verb conjugated only in the third person singular. Remember that if we have a direct object in our sentence, then we are not using the si impersonale. Instead, we are using the si passivante. And that is for another lesson. Download your guide and take the quiz at italianmatters.com/35 e ci sentiamo di nuovo settimana prossima. Ciao!